Alright guys, so here we are today with a bit of a different video. Today we're on Forza Motorsport 6, and since the Long Beach race at Indycar is coming up this weekend, I thought I'd have a little bit of a comparison video. Today I'm going to compare a modern Formula 1 car with a modern Indy car and do two hot laps side by side, or one after the other, whichever I do, and just compare, and I'll give you my sort of thoughts over both of the cars over a hot lap at Long Beach. So I thought that'd be pretty interesting. If you want to see more IndyCar content or more Forza Motorsport 6 content, then make sure you let me know down in the comments, and make sure you subscribe to the channel to see plenty more racing game videos to come in the future. So without further ado, let's see how this comparison goes between the F1 car and the Indy car. So here we are guys, in Long Beach, setting off first in the Indy car. Let's have a listen to this start first. Not gonna lie, that Indy car sounds absolutely awesome compared to modern F1 cars, which have sort of gone downhill a little bit in the engine sound department in the last 2 to 3 years. But either way, we're gonna carry on. This is sort of my first laps back on Forza in a very, very long time, and I haven't driven on the wheel on Forza in a long time either. So this first sort of laps were sort of like exploratory laps. I wasn't pushing the boundaries by any means. I was trying to learn the circuit. I've only done a handful of laps around this circuit anyway, so the sort of driving and the lap times that you'll see in this comparison video are not going to set the world alight by any means. But I gave it a red hot go anyway. I think there's still a few seconds here and there to improve on in this car and in the F1 car. So in terms of finding more time, I think it's pretty equal there. So anyway, first lap, this is almost done and dusted. You see I made a small mistake hitting the wall there. And eventually I sort of came to grips with the Indy car. This thing was a bit of a demon under traction. You really had to modulate the throttle in order to not go sideways like we did just there. And just overall, I felt like the IndyCar just had a little bit too much understeer for my liking. I know that the IndyCar, of course, doesn't have the kind of downforce that an F1 car does, and I think that might come down to the Forza physics in a way, just the way that it handles. That might just be me, but to me it feels a little bit weird. But either way, we're setting off on our lap now. This is the fastest lap that we do on the session, and you can see we've been running for about 8.5 minutes so far. So of course, still the infancy stage of me getting used to this car. So anyway, coming into this little roundabout section, first gear, up shifting to second. Got to be really careful in the first 2 gears, otherwise you'll really spin up the rear wheels and probably go face first into a wall. Either way, coming through the middle sector now, a bit of oversteer as we touch the curbing on the entry, and now sizing up this left-hander. Very easy to go in too deep and hit that wall on the outside there. Ease on the power, catch the oversteer, and then coming into this next right-hander. It's a lot tighter on the exit than what you thought. We got on the curbing again, it unsettled the car, and we carry on coming into pretty much the closing sector of the lap now. Not really too sure where to brake here. I feel like I could always push a little bit harder than what I wanted to, but now coming into this left-hander, you want to sacrifice this and try and get as far to the left as you can before you turn right for this very slow hairpin. Reminds me of the Lowe's hairpin in Monaco, just how much of a tight angle that is to get through there, but we managed to get through there in the end. Ease on the power, go up to the line, and we set a 1 minute 13.6. So we improved by about 5 or so seconds over the course of my 7-lap run, and of course I still think there's another 2, maybe 3 seconds in that at least. And this is with a stock setup, with a wheel, no assist, so I don't think this is an almighty lap by any means, but this is just the best lap I can muster in under about 10 minutes there. So as you can see, celebratory donuts. That is the run done in the Indy car. I gotta say, it's a beautiful car, and it's a shame I haven't driven more of this in the past, so I'll definitely have to come back to it maybe in a future video in an IndyCar only race and just really push that car to its limits. I feel like it's a beautifully engineered car, and I think that around some tracks it could actually be faster than this F1 car, maybe at Monza or something like that. So here we go, in the beast of an F1 car. This thing, when I told you that the Indy car was bad under traction with the rear wheels, the F1 car is like 10 times, maybe 20 times worse in terms of rear traction on the opening laps of practicing. You can even see there braking traction in 3rd gear, just how crazy this F1 car is. I was just constantly spinning, and I thought I was okay at modulating throttle with no traction control But this Forza car, completely different animal altogether. Look at my throttle trace on the telemetry over the course of this lap. It's just, it is that wild under traction. It's almost like the 2014 cars before, you know, they really like got the engine mapping to make it smooth again. That's like how very poor traction this car has. But anyway, the lap is half over, and I've been talking about traction the whole time. Coming into the third sector now, this is looking like a really good lap. 6.7 seconds up on our previous best lap. And now coming through here, you can really feel the downforce of the F1 car kick in. Just through the high-speed corners, this thing really comes into its own. As you guys would know, the F1 car is just specialized for downforce, for high-speed corners, and just flying through some of these corners. Coming up to the line, the lap time we set is a 1:10.4, so 3 seconds faster than the Indycar, and that was just with 4 laps. In the Indycar, we had about 7 laps to do our best lap, so that just shows how much better the F1 car is on a very tight and twisty track like Long Beach. I feel like it'll be much more of a competition at a track like Monza, as I said before, where the straight line speed of the IndyCar can really come into its own. So, I don't know, I thought that was a very interesting comparison video. I've been wanting to return to Forza Motorsport 6 and do a video on it, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you want to see like more content on this game, then be sure to let me know. If you have any ideas for things I could do, then I'd be more than welcome to give those a try. So once again guys, thank you for watching. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Give this video a like if you enjoyed it. That would really give me the confidence to possibly venture out, try other games, and try more Forza Motorsport 6 content. So thanks for watching. I'll see you guys for a brand new video very soon. I'm not too sure what it'll be, but I'm promising it should be fun and interesting nonetheless. So thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time.